My name is Allison Martens. My son, Jacob Martens, my only child, is 4.5 years old, and he was born at 24 weeks. And Jacob is considered by Alberta Health Services to be terminally ill. To sum up Jacob's medical history, Jacob has been hospitalized for just shy of 2 years, and he has had over 30 invasive surgical interventions, 18 on his brain, 7 on his bowels, and 5 or 6 on his airway. Jacob's medical history includes over 30 diagnoses, depending on which part of his body we're talking about. He has a brain unlike anybody else that's alive on the planet that they're aware of. Jacob has an absent cerebellum. Jacob has a malformed brainstem. Jacob has a condition called leukomalcia, or periventricular white matter loss. Very fancy words that just mean he has no brain matter where he should, and yet he can still function like he has that brain matter. Jacob lacks the ability to swallow. Jacob is visually impaired. Jacob is severely hearing impaired. He wears hearing aids to help him. Jacob wears a breathing machine called a BiPAP that has bi-level settings. It helps him inhale, and it gives him an opportunity to exhale. It helps him inhale, and it gives him an opportunity to exhale, and it does that 22 times a minute. That's his normal life. He doesn't see these things, nor do I necessarily, as a disability or as an impairment. Our world's just simply different than everybody else's. My son knows a level of pain I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. And he takes it in stride, and he's taught me so much about what's really important and about the things a body can endure when you're willing to fight for the things you love. And I think my son loves his life. Jacob's medical history is a long story, but the long and short of it is he's been through a lot, and he's still here. Without the medical system that's in this province and in this country, wouldn't have our son. And for that, I am grateful. Could we have been a little more prepared? Probably. Could we have had more information available to us? Absolutely. We were handed decisions that I hope most parents never have to make. And we based it on what was in our hearts and what we heard. And what was in our hearts was hope. And what we heard was terror and so much fear. We felt so much fear over what was said about what his life could be like, or what the outcome of his medical complications could be. And I think there's 100% there's a need in this country and in this society for support for parents who have premature babies. They need to know that it can happen to anyone at any time. And they need to know that it is not the end of the world. And they need to know that it could put you up for the fight of your life. I came to take part in this meeting and hopefully be a part of this foundation for 2 reasons. One was because my friend asked me to, and because I value our friendship, and I feel that when somebody I care about asks something of me, that I am required to be there for them. And for that reason alone, I'm here. And for another reason, my personal reason to take part in this is I didn't understand what prematurity meant. I didn't understand the implications. And right along with that, I didn't understand what disability meant and what being disabled or having disabilities could look like or could mean for someone when they're alive and trying to grow up. I want to change that. If I could take one thing out of my experience in NICU, I would take the fear out. And my fear was based on the unknown. So I would like to inform people so they know what they're up against, so that they can make an informed decision for themselves and for their family and for their child. If your baby's shown you that they want to fight, that you can stand there and fight with them, and that the life that you get at the other end is 100% worth it if it's worth it to you, regardless of everybody else's way of measuring quality of life. Persevere. Be relentless. take that unabashed love that's inside you and run with it. Run with it.